Hello, I'm Lydia Nardelli. Welcome to the teachings of Mass India. I've been asked to channel a message for what is happening in our countries, our world with COVID-19. And I share this with some trepidation because Mass India speaks from a multidimensional existence. And our experience it's in the material world, it's in the 3D. So it's taken me a bit of time to integrate that. And I feel a sense of grounding and understanding and available for channeling a message to you. Because this has been an emotional time for me, as it is for many of us. And one of the challenges that we face, well, there's many, but one is the social distancing. And I've been seeing a lot of discrepancies with that. I mean, just yesterday, we joined some friends on a hike and we're keeping that distance. And then there's other people on the path. There's a group of teenagers that are all hanging together and some that seemed really quite oblivious to the distancing. And I've heard that with a client of mine where his caretaker for his child now can't come into his home because she's been with family and friends and exposed herself, and it's a real challenging time. And it's too easy even for us to slip. You know, just the other day, my husband and I went for a walk, and on the way back we met with our new neighbors. And their child just ran up and threw a ball at us, and then it's like, okay, what do you do with the ball? You know, and it's instinct to throw it back, and it's like, oh, whoa. You know, it's instinct to want to be close and connect. And how do we do that and respect the need for distance? Mass India has a message about that. And their message is about probabilities. That there are myriads of probabilities for us to come into contact with a virus or not, to be infected or to be a carrier or not. And it's not on a simple choice. They want to help us choose the highest probability. But that's not necessarily a conscious choice because probability occurs on a deep subconscious level. So this is a time on earth for us to become more connected with our deeper subconscious, to interconnect our waking, alert consciousness with our deeper knowing. This is an intense time, an incredible time, full of interruptions, intensity, loss. I have a family member that's lost her job, a client that's near bankruptcy. I'm hearing horror stories. This is a really intense time. How do we stay connected? How do we not gallop with the fear and yet not take it too lightly? So let me just tune in. Let me bring Mass India, because I think this is a time where we need spirit. And I say that with humility. I want to make it very clear that I'm not a medical expert. I don't have a PhD in science, in biology. I want to make it clear that I'm staying in my lane, the spiritual lane. I'm here to offer you a spiritual message about COVID-19. We do want to talk about probabilities to help you understand that the most kind the most loving probability is for you to avoid physical contact with others except for your primary partners. Not to be an extremist, not to feed into anxiety. Think of it as an act of kindness, an act of love. See, probabilities exist in this way. You can touch a surface that's been infected, become a carrier, or become infected. Yes, you can be a carrier even if you don't have symptoms, even if you never get symptoms, even if you never get sick. And being a carrier could exist within your field from anywhere to 3 to 12 days. It's in your energy field. What is the microbe? What is the virus doing in your energy field if it's not infecting you? It's visiting your consciousness, learning about you, and serving you. It's testing out your immune system to see if you need its frequency. What is its frequency? Utter service. What is its service? Transformation. Transforming what? The immune system. The virus is helping humanity adapt to a changing world, adapt to changing technologies, adapt to so many radio frequencies and change of consciousness. Nature works in this way. Nature doesn't discriminate between right or wrong, good or bad, wealth or poverty. Nature goes to what needs transformation within the body. If you curse nature, how can you be open to source? How can you be open to divinity? We're here to ask you to embody divinity. That's the highest probability. Now, right now in your world, you're witnessing the manifestation of lowest probability for the most part. And lowest probability is the crisis point. Does that need to require? Does there need to be deaths and more deaths? No. It's not what the virus is here for. But many people aren't able to adapt. And the level of resistance that is going on in the world isn't supporting an easeful adaptation either. That's the lowest probability. So, let us talk about probabilities. We mentioned you come into contact with the virus. You can be a carrier or infected. Show up 5 minutes earlier. You don't come in contact with it at all. Show up at the same time, move your position, step into another aisle close to somebody else. You don't come into contact with it at all. Nothing's linear. You have so many choices here. Why would you choose to be infected, or why would you choose to be a carrier? This is where probability is incredible. All in service. You would choose to be in contact and pass on the microbe for the purpose of being in service to that person's or your person's, yourself's transformation, to help the immune system adapt. Highest probability. You can help that adaptation in a completely different way without coming into contact with it physically. You can do it with a high frequency of love. We want to talk to you about that. We want to help you choose that probability. Right now, that looks like abstaining from physical contact as much as you can. It means social distancing. This is not a scare tactic. This is a collective responsibility for humanity. Okay? That's what it means in the day-to-day. Okay? But choosing love, it entails something else. It means that you allow yourself to go through the intensity of what is taking place. Please, please, please don't go into denial or extreme anxiety. Hey, feel the anxiety. Notice when your level of anxiety is shooting from 1 to 10. Quickly notice, breathe, come back into your body, embody it, become gentle with your anxiety and the anxiety of others. Judge it, and you are choosing the lowest probability. Become aware of your judgment. You are raising your consciousness, stepping into a higher probability. The highest probability is this: a quick lessening, a transmission of this disease. A quick lessening. A quick adaptation worldwide through vibration. Vibration. You are not only physical beings, you are energy beings. This virus isn't happening to you. You're not a victim, it's happening with you. Your souls embodied are in agreement on a completely collective basis to serve evolution, to serve growth. You can't continue as a collective as you are. You can't continue denying the needs of nature, the needs of the body, the needs of your emotions, the needs of your relationships, the needs of your community. You can't go on living in a world that's us against them, me against you. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked for a long time. Your world must become a collective world where you work mutually for the betterment of not humanity separate from nature, but humanity with nature. We cannot speak of how enough about how important this is. Now is the time to really feel afraid and equally excited. We know some of you are feeling excited and you can't even explain why, and you're kind of embarrassed. You shouldn't be, but you feel the shift, you feel the change, you feel the intensity of how important this is. Especially you light workers, especially the highly empathic persons. But know that for the highly sensitive and the highly empathic, this is doubly difficult for you. You've been feeling this for weeks. Been wondering what's wrong. Why are you so emotional? Why can't you stabilize? Why are you reactive? Why are other people reacting around you? This is why. Because you're a beacon, you're a lighthouse, that your energy field is warning people. Your energy field is here to awaken people. We're here to help you attune that light frequency to love. We're here to help you attune your light frequency to love. Think of yourself as a lighthouse that's programmed to be of service, to role model, to teach, to shed light. Light is love. Love is acceptance, understanding, forgiveness. So be the first ones to forgive this virus for the havoc it's causing. Be the first ones to forgive humanity for not knowing how to handle this. This is an unknown. Good. Because your society has been over-dependent on the familiar for too long, trying to problem-solve situations from the familiar mindset for too long. This world needs free thinkers. This world needs a new perspective. Be that new perspective by expanding, stretching yourself to becoming more and more comfortable with the unease, more and more at ease with the unknown. Please welcome the unknown. Let it show up in all its guises, all its expressions. So when you're emotional, open the door of your consciousness and let that in. When somebody else is coming undone, open the door of your consciousness and let that in. And when you have a moment of such surreal realization, such knowing, let that drop into your body. Let yourself be more than the body, more than humanity. Let the cells of your body shift now. Let go. Feel anxiety? Let go. Feel hurt? Let go. Be concerned of what people think of you? Fine. And let it go. Be sad. There's a lot to be sad about. There's a lot to grieve. Grieve and let it go. Over and over again. And be mad. We know you're mad. You're mad. You have every right to be mad because everything you know about is coming undone. Everything you rely on, everything you're accustomed to, used to, familiar with. Let it go. Let go. This is such an important time.